Happy Friday, everyone. It's Jane McLeod live in Fans of the Framework. And guess what amazing discovery I made today? Thank you, Whitney Cordes. It is the International Day of Fun at Work. So I do hope that your fun is joining this live presentation, and we're going to have a scintillating conversation about leadership development. But if this isn't your idea of fun, go do something fun at work. It's Friday, so quite obviously you may have something planned that's going to be fun after work that's going to fill your bucket and help you recover from your work week. And I hope for all of you that you do have that in the works. Lots going on, Super Bowl. There's lots we can be thinking about this weekend. I am in beautiful, amazing, over the top Queen Creek, Arizona, close to Phoenix. So you can see I've had to close the blinds behind me to shut out the beautiful sunshine because it was radiant all over this room. So I know my Midwestern friends are hating me right now, and I'm sorry that you hate me, but I'd be glad if you joined me here because I'm going to do something fun today. No doubt about it. So the title of our program today, my live, is Leadership Development That Gets You the Biggest Bang for Your Buck, or leadership development that you have to work for. You have to put work into before it actually pays you back. And we see leadership development programs all over the country when we talk to leaders about it that are just big time, giant, epic failures. And there's a multitude of reasons why, but unfortunately, too often CEOs, maybe boards, maybe whole teams of senior leaders kind of do the one and done thing. Like, we tried it, it didn't work for us, nobody was appreciative, there weren't any difference in outcomes. It's a very expensive resource if we're not going to get anything out of it. And I really need you to consider after today and listening to this live that maybe you didn't put what needed to be put into it in order to get the biggest bang for your buck out of it. So that's kind of going to be the theme. Because here's the deal. There's a study done by the Workforce Learning Report that says that 94% of all employees in any employer in the world, of those people surveyed, 94% of those people surveyed said that if their employer did invest in their leadership development, did invest in their career and their growth, that they would stay with said leader indefinitely. Now, how much does that save you, CEO, senior leader? It saves you a lot of money, right? So that's an astounding over-the-top number, right? 94%, give me a break. So even if we hack off 20% of those people that responded, that their perception is someone investing in me is paying for my MBA. Let's put all that aside. It's still 75% of people saying, this is really important to me and a reason why I stay with an organization. We already know it's a key, investing in my leadership development, investing in my career growth, investing in me as a person, outside of what I get paid and what my benefits look like, is a key driver of engagement. So if you've been doing same old leadership development forever and have never changed the way that you do anything, shame on you. It's why it's an epic failure for you. And remember, this is kind of my mantra since the millennials took over our workplace, God bless them, and now Generation Z is on the force. It's, our organizations have changed. Our employees have changed. We as leaders need to change with them. And what are you going to do to change, right? So number one, best practice. Number one way that you solve this. We know the why. The why is investing in your people is a key driver of engagement. So, and their career growth. And it doesn't mean, and not everybody wants to be a leader, but everybody has development potential. So number one best practice is the how, right? we have seen it personally in all 24 transformations that we have done. We have seen it personally in our own organization that we led, is there has to be a plan. There has to be a leadership development plan that's based on something. We recommend, of course, our framework for achieving great results. We recommend that you have a leadership bundle for this is how we lead around here, that every leader is aware of. But the big thing is plan, because if you don't have a plan that's at least 6 to 12 months out, guess what? You just go willy-nilly. Oh, hey, almost a whole quarter has passed and we haven't had any leadership development. Anybody got any ideas what we should do? Have we talked about difficult conversations or crucial conversations? Yeah, let's do that. Right? No. Have a plan, and have the plan based on the outcomes that you want to see happen. So that so that leaders, your employees, there's expectations set for everybody, and people want to work within a plan. Your employees and your leaders want to know, like, okay, this is the plan, we stuck to it, and this is the training and the development that I'm going to receive as a result of the plan. So know what you want to see and stick to the plan. And, if you say to people, we're going to, put you in a room every quarter for 7 or 8 hours, no matter what it is, and we're going to train you. And afterwards, you're going to have the tools and equipment that you need to do your job. And leaders and employees learning together from all different departments gives you great synergy, great energy to build upon. So you want to put people from all different walks of life together, from different work groups together, and let them learn together. Because then when the OR says, oh, we work harder than anyone else, I see you there, Miss Gazda. We work harder than anyone else, and that's why we can never get anything done. It's like, no, you're held to the same set of expectations as everybody else. So when you're creating this plan, determine who goes in the room. Who are your leaders? And do you have a succession plan for leaders? Who are the informal leaders that potentially need to be involved in your leadership development plan? So who's defined as a leader, and are you going to include them? And then what do leaders need to know? What skill gaps do they have? You do the same thing if you're a frontline department leader. You want to know of your employees, what skill gaps do they have, and what do they need to know? So what do they need to know to make sure they can make their goals, both personally and professionally? What do they need to know that they can make the organization's goals and their departments? And then what do they need to know from a management perspective? What tasks of management do they need to know? Maybe you just got a new budgeting system. Maybe you got a new payroll system. Maybe God forbid, a new EMR is coming. What do people need to know versus what do they want to know, right? What do they want to know? So you can't overwhelm people. I always say the sweet spot in a full day of training and education is 5 topics in 7 hours, with lots of time to network, work in small groups, have team discussions, but most importantly, to really interact with each other and to learn to get to know each other outside of their normal everyday way that they interact with each other. So you have to be very strategic about how you develop people and develop your employees, develop your leaders. So what do they want to know, and what do they need to know? So the second epic failure, number 2, is that what we see organizations doing is they provide training, but they never set any expectations for a result of the training. So if it's leadership training, we really recommend that you have what we refer to as a leadership roadmap. That every leader, and the CEO stands at the front of the training at both the beginning and the end, and says, as a result of our learning today, the expectation going forward is you'll begin to act or behave or your learning will give you this new skill, and we need you to begin using it either right away or within a month, after your next senior leader meeting, whatever it is. But set those expectations right away. To not do that, people can guess, right? Well, geez, I don't have to use this training. I'm just here for the food, or I'm just here because I might have won a Visa gift card, or nobody really set any expectations for me, which is epic failure number 3, is when your C-suite or your executives are not on board with each other. So if you're a senior leader out there listening to this live, even if you're a frontline leader, and you may have noticed this happening, I know this happened many times over in our organization, is that if senior leaders don't agree to the roadmap, they don't agree to the expectations at the end of the learning, then guess what happens? Then you have half of the people in the room who are there for a spa day, right? Getting a catered lunch. Even if it's a potluck, it's fun. I wore jeans. We played some cool team building games. And now I'm going to laissez-faire throughout the day because I know that my senior leader is not setting any expectations for me, while the senior leader across the room and his or her leaders are going to be held to these expectations. So that can cause a lot of apathy if you're the leader that just got additional work added to their plate versus the one that didn't get any. So you want to make sure that your leadership training and even your employee training is set up so that people don't leave the training feeling like, oh, I just got a ton more work to do. Like, I hate that. Like, I wanted this to be inspiring and motivational and something that I really enjoyed learning, and that I could define my own purpose and mission and how I was going to put it into my own work and professional development, not blah, 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 Charlie Brown's teacher, right? And that is saying nothing about the level of trainers that you have. But if you don't set expectations, if you don't have a plan and stick to the plan, if you don't explain the why to people so they automatically want to get on board with you, then it could be just Charlie Brown's teacher. So the call to action, that we have for you is to first have a plan. Second, set expectations before the training. As a result of this learning, you will begin this new behavior and allow people to agree, to disagree, but to stand firm between senior leaders and your CEO that this is an expectation. And something that I coach our CEOs that we're in partnership with, that they all do extremely well, is I say to them at the end of the training today, when I'm done talking and you take the microphone, I want you to be able to say, what I learned from Jane today was these 3 things that I'm going to put in practice myself. What did you all learn? Right? So if the CEO, if she is standing up in front of her leadership team and saying those very strong words, these are the notes I took. This is how I'm going to change my behaviors at work. This is what I'm going to do as a result of this training today. That's powerful, isn't it? Super powerful, because then it's like, dang, I should have paid closer attention, should have taken some notes, right? So you always want your CEO, highest ranking senior leader in the room, to open and close the day. So guess what? If you want some more information on this, we have got a free webinar for you. Mark this date down, February 20th, and Whitney, our friend Whitney, is going to put a link to register into my live today. And Whitney's putting the link in there. And on February 20th at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, Sue and I are going live with a webinar that is all about the leadership bundle. In other words, what do leaders need to learn in synergy together for how we lead around here? And our partner organizations, the places where I've spoken at conferences and told them about the leadership bundle, love the fact that there's a way to put the standard work of leaders in place. So it doesn't matter if you lead pharmacy, you lead housekeeping, you lead med surg, you lead the OR. It doesn't matter what you lead, that there are a set of expectations for how leaders behave, how leaders do their work, and it's all written down, it's all together, and we teach you how to get there on February 20th at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Please join us, and please, please, please enjoy the International Day of Work. International Day of Work sucks. Every day is the International Day of Work. Enjoy your International Fun at Work Day. Have a great weekend, guys.